Welcome, everyone, to Battle Report, the first exciting episode of my new series. In this series, we're going to be exploring tournaments. All sorts of tournaments, whatever my twisted machinations can come up with that day. And we'll be putting decks to the test, and seeing how they pit up against each other. Now, some of these will be fun, some of these will be competitive, and others will be interesting, is all I can say. I have a lot of plans, and I've been running tournaments for a while for this game, so I'm excited to bring you a lot of fun options for the future. And if you want to play along with these tournaments, please join our Discord in the link in the description, and you too can play in our bi-weekly tournaments. There is great prizes if there are enough people. Unfortunately, we're not this time, but if you join, maybe you can be in line for a prize next. The more players, the more prizes. And the more I'm willing to invest into this myself, because it does come out of my pocket, unfortunately. This tournament has a simple theme. This is going to be all the secondary ultras that have gotten support in BP08, but are not really playable on their own, outside of their respective decks. We're going to see which of these three are the most competitively viable, and which one of them is the strongest. Which, out of Guil Arc, Victory, and Blue. Only one can be the winner. Who will take the crown, and who will be the biggest loser? Alright, we are going to start with the first game here. This is going to be Guil Arc versus Victory. What an exciting match we have up here. Victory has a lot of new cards, and with this RRR, I would argue that he is almost playable in the actual game by himself without another Ultra. Right now, seems like Ginga is his best match, obviously, but I could see some arguments for Victory Dyna being made as a possible option, just as a way to build triples faster. You know, must build triples, must build triples. That sort of deck, I could see that working quite well. But Victory plays nice with a lot of things. It's quite interesting how Victory plays nice with a lot of characters. Perhaps Zero Victory as well, I could see as a good option. We have our set here. Guil Arc player is going first. Let's find out what they have. Alright, we have the Guil Arc that draws cards, and then we have the Victory that just gains attack. We'll see those cards a little bit in close-up. Draw 2 cards, put 1 back, and boost on power or hazard. Sorry for the little flashbang there. Still getting used to this camera, but I'll do my best to make sure all the cards are big and seeable by you guys. So let's see, Guil Arc has some extra recycling, but Victory is going to take the lead here. Good start for the Victory player. But still good tempo for the Guil Arc. They're really not too far behind. This is sort of like an arbitrary position right here. Unless the Guil Arc specifically had scenes in hand that they want to play, it was good denial in that case. But usually the Victory player plays this because they have no other option. This is what you play if you want to level up and make something good next turn, but you really don't have a good level of one to start. Which can happen, especially when you're playing mono, especially when you're playing these secondary characters that don't have as many good cards to use. We'll have to see it though. Let's see, taking the lead, playing on second lane. Here we go, second lane. And leveling up in first for the Victory player, leaving that other open. Is that possibly a draw card? Let's see. Did they finally get it in the opening here? No draw card from the Victory, but 2 draw cards from the Guil Arc. Guil Arc is getting a steady advantage in cards in hand at this point. With this, not the Scene Searcher, the Muscle Draw. Victory player is going to give minus 2k for its original there. And is going to win the second plane as well, just on BP alone. The Guil Arc player is going to be able to draw 2, put 1 back, and then Muscle Draw, which is incredible. It really doesn't matter that the Guil Arc lost these 2 lanes here. Guil Arc can gain that tempo back pretty easy, especially with that front lane there. No cards in discard though, so Guil Arc isn't going to be able to get any effects off. A lot of Guil Arc's effects require that you have a certain amount of cards in discard, which, as mono Guil Arc, is pretty hard to set up, unfortunately. There's the Scene that allows you to discard, and the Scene Searcher, but those are the only two cards in the deck that allow you to search for, or to put cards in the graveyard. I guess, technically you could consider the Guil Arc Galaxy Armor, that BP grays down if you discard a scene from hand or remove a scene from the field. But that is only a very big technicality, especially because removing a scene from your hand does not motivate any of your Guil Arc Luma armors or your Guil Arc Solus armors. It is a useless effect. Well, not useless because you get the BP grade down, but the cost is useless. Let's see. 1 level up in victory, 2 level ups. Okay, that's good. They still have a solid foundation to work on. I would be very worried if they did not have level 3 at this point, especially with their lack of draws. Their hand is probably looking pretty shallow right now. All 3 lanes leveled up. That's very, very bad. Ooh, and we see quite an upset here, but our victory player still in it with that triple rare. Galaxy Armor to Scene Search, Solus Armor to grade down. Probably not going to get that grade down effect. And the Guil Arc to be a 14k body. When did Guil Arc get a 14k? I didn't know about this. Crazy that Guil Arc has a 14k and not many other cards, but 14ks are probably good enough in this mashup. Especially versus the EX Red King Knuckle, which is only going to be able to get to a whopping 13k in this position. Maybe later can get to a 14k, but only a 13k in this position. Actually, not even. No, it is that. It is a 13k in this position because it's a single. Unfortunately, there's no targets for the Ultraman Victory RRR. I am just now realizing that. Let's see, we have the scene. We finally searched it, so that's very nice. Although, why did we grab that scene over the other? We hit 3 scenes and we grabbed the grade down scene over the more material scene. It seems like they would go for the Searcher for more consistency. Unless they have it in hand, I'm not sure that play quite makes sense, but maybe they have it, and they do. Immediately eating my words there, ladies and gentlemen, they had it right in hand, and were ready to use it. That card is a wonderful scene. They're going to be able to look at the top 3, grab an Guil Arc to hand and discard the rest, and I believe discard 1 card for being able to do that. And of course, draw a card for playing the scene. Guil Arc is in a major advantage with cards in hand now. Alright, we're taking the Scene Searcher level scene, we're discarding a level 5 Guil Arc. Fair enough, especially if we're just building to another level 7. I think that's safe. Alright, our victory player is in a bit of a pickle here. Very few cards in hand, not really a lot of space to level up on. A lot of his lanes he doesn't have the potential to level up anymore, actually. He is sort of stuck in his own devices that he had constructed for himself, and the Guil Arc player is now allowed to expand. And oh lord, are they expanding. Let's see, we have the 17k in the second lane, which is going to win regardless of the grade down. And it looks like we have a 13k body on that other lane. Wow, Guil Arc doubles are like way bigger than I thought. I'm gonna be for real right now. Why are Guil Arc doubles that big? How did they get that big? Well, looks like that's going to be the game, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to game 2. Now this is a double elimination tournament, so this does mean that they are still in the game. Is whoever gets 2 loses is out. So now we have our mystery player, which is playing Ultraman Blue. I'll be honest, it was me. I tend to play the Blue Ultras, and this was side by wheel, so it wasn't in my hands, but it was a very fortunate circumstance that this happened. Let's see, can Ultraman Blue defeat the terror that is Guil Arc? I am playing the winner right now, and then whoever loses will play the loser, and then whoever wins that match will play the winner one more time, so there'll be 4 rounds in total. Let's see, we have both of us doubling on the first lane here. I have our muscle draw, so we are able to return 2 and draw 2. Hopefully we can get a little bit better opening hand, but this is not a bad start. Blue actually has a lot of cards that could be applicable, especially with his new triple rare that gives 2k to Ultraman Blue. But beyond that, he doesn't have that much utility. Especially without Rosso. A lot of his cards say, if you have Rosso, do more. If you have Rosso, do this and this. Unfortunately, without Rosso, he just does the first effect with his triple rare and only gets the plus 2,000, not plus 4,000, which is a big drop-off. Let's see here. They are searching with their scene. That scene in the lead is very helpful for them, so they're able to cycle through their hand a little bit and get some good cards that they're looking for. I was able to get Muscle Roll off, so maybe I'm in a similar position. I honestly forgot how this fight went, so let's see who wins. Second lane here. Need level ups on either side. Alright, we got one. And no level ups from the Guil Arc player. That's because they are getting card advantage. Guil Arc is really good at getting card advantage, it seems, especially with a scene that is able to do stuff. I think the hardest part, I mean, Blue has a scene that's able to search for Blue, which is very good, but Victory specifically does not have a scene that's able to search for Victory or give him any more draw power. He has scenes that are able to give him BP, but that's about it. I think Guil Arc wins a lot on having a lot of draw power and a lot of native BP. The fact that he has 2 level 7s, one is a... looking at some of my cards in hand there, deciding. The fact that he has a level 7 that is a 14k and a 13k is very, very strong. Right, leveling up first lane, no level ups. Other lanes, Guil Arc is now leveling that middle lane to be a little bit stronger, and the first lane. This is a really rough position for the Ultraman Blue player, which is me. All 3 lanes! Okay, this might be over, ladies and gentlemen, let's see. Okay, so we look like we're currently tying in the first lane. Let us see what I decide to do with that plus 2k. Luckily, they don't have cards to get that great. We are putting in that middle just to tie up that middle lane. There's not much else we can do. Rethinking it? Yeah, we'll put it there to be safe. Winning the lane is better than tying a random lane, especially if there is a way for them to push over. There is currently not, but, you know, it's good to be safe. Oh, let's see. Okay, they have another scene to play, another card to draw. Ooh, we are in a bad spot here. I do not like the way this game is looking one bit, especially with 2 losses on our board and not that many draws, I'm going to be honest. We had 1 muscle draw at the beginning and that's about it, so we should be running pretty low on cards in hand right now. Let's see, thinking on levels. Explain the card text here. There's a little bit of confusion about what the card does. It's a little bit of a confusing card. Just note, if your Guil Arc is able to grade down someone, you can grade up a different Guil Arc. Pretty great effect. More draws! Oh my goodness. Luckily we're going for the draw too, so it seems like we may be able to stall out another turn. But wow, they have a lot of cards in hand at this point. They've been drawing a lot over the course of this game and finding a lot of cards that they need. Let's see if we can hit something good and worthwhile. Some level 2s. That's not the worst. Not exactly what we want to see. It's not a big impact card, but, you know, maybe it helps. Let's see, we are going to tie there. We're going to tie there. And I'm going to win. It's going to be tie 2, win 1, lose 1. That is my board right now. We're drawing. This is the 5th turn of the match. This is where usual games wrap up. Some games can go over, but I think the average for most players is about 5 turns. Games can be quicker or slower, but on average, you'll die on turn 5. That's why it's good to be prepared by the time you get to turn 5, because it's the most impactful turn, I find, in the game. Is the most impactful in forms of where your combo will go and what advantages that you have. And wow, I'm overwhelmed by advantage at this point. A 17k into my 16k lane, that's over there. Guil Arc is going to beat me down in that lane too, just because they have 10 versus my 9 in the 4th lane there. That is game. We are going to go to the losers game now. Which loser will die and which loser will live on to fight one more game. Alright, here we are in our losers match. Victory versus Rube. Let us see. We have drawn our starting hands. We are thinking. I believe the victory player is first. No, the Guil Arc players. Oh, the blue players first. The Guil Arc player's not in this current match. Let's see. Alright, we have a level 1 victory that's going to search and add cards, and we have our blue who will hopefully search. It doesn't gain you card advantage, but does thin your deck, and it does help you find certain cards that you want. Let's take a look. Ooh, I'm noticing blue does not have that many good cards. Or at least not many that we want. It's a little bit of a hard choice. Alright, we are gaining another searcher. Hopefully that can help us in the future. Discarding a level 4. I remember this game. I had 2 level 4s in hand. I did not need both. Let's see. Ooh, some good picks from there. Alright, we're going with the Shepardon Saber. That is an armed type that is allowed to give your other Ultraman victory cards plus 1,000. All other armed type victors, I should say. Not all your victors in general. So it is a little bit limiting, but you know, it is a very strong card in its own right. Let's see, we have both set who is leveling. The one. Just the one, okay. And of course we have one there, and not leveling up there, that means they are... Ooh. Oh, I'm very sorry to this victory player. That's a rough spot to be in, my friend. Putting their level 3 Shepardon Saber that they just searched in the next lane. That's a rough hand, buddy. I'm not sure why you did that, but that's a rough hand. Hopefully this search off the next victor is going to be able to do it for you, because that is absolutely heartbreaking. We're not taking any of those blues. None of them are really worth it for us to take. Let's see. Victory. Find a scene. Nope. Okay. Cool. I love it when your cards are looking for scenes and don't find them. It is one of the joys of the game. Very good. We are on to turn 3. We are tied in the first lane. I have won the second. Let's see how this goes. Oh, and the blue scene is found, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first time it has shown up. Moment is our bond. We're able to look at the top 3 and grab a blue to hand. Let's see, we add that. And of course, last thing. That's what we are going to set. The clock is ticking. Our cards are not that great, but our opponent's cards seem to be pretty bricked up at the moment, so if we can just get some advantage, we might just be able to clinch this. And then we'll have a rematch with the dreaded Guil Arc, the true threat of this tournament. Ooh, they're leveling up their lane 1 as well, but just their lane 1. Oh, another... Oh. Oh, I'm in danger. Oh no, I'm in danger. Oh no, oh no, they were setting this up from the beginning. They're... They have their triple rare Ultraman victory that's able to add a level 2 underneath one of their level 3s. This is a bad position for me to be in because they are able to use very little cards to accomplish a lot, and it seems like they were setting this up for a while now, and they have won! And of course they put under their Red King Knuckle that is going to take the lead from my 12k Ultraman Blue, because he is going to be able to grade up himself into a whopping 16k just with 2 cards. Very big card, very strong card. I remember using this card back when I played Ginga Victory Orb back in BPO4. I played a lot of this deck. Loved it to bits. Much better than Bolton at the time. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful deck in BPO4. And unfortunately, our blue is 16k, so he's always going to win that unless we are able to pop one of our own scenes from our discard. We are always going to lose that. And luckily they have popped our scene, so at least we can tie that lane in the next effect. But if they do have a level 4, that's kind of over for us. We can't get to 20k unless we also pull our level 4, which we currently don't have in hand. Battle for Tomorrow is a very scary scene though, and it puts a lot of pressure on us, especially since they have that Ultraman Victory EX Red King Knuckle. That EX Red King Knuckle can be boosted back up to 16k after you remove the bottom card, so he can just get 2 boosts for essentially no loss. What a scary card to partake in, to take witness to. Level 4 might be the design thing if I have nothing to support myself with. I need to hunker down and get through this. If I can't survive this, it's over. What are your thoughts on King of Victory? Is it too strong a deck right now? I know it's very, very popular in the meta. It is one of the top tier decks, and it's played quite a bit, but I think it's a pretty fair deck. Even though it's like very, very strong, I think it's a very fair deck in the way that it operates. It doesn't feel too insurmountable to beat. I quite like it. And I say that as someone who doesn't play it. I'm currently playing a lot of Tri-Squad. Ooh, okay, so we are putting our 16k in there so we can at least tie the matchup with that. Ooh. Oh, we're cooked. Oh, there's no way out of this. Guys, we're fully dead. If you don't see it, that EX Red King Knuckle, I know we don't notice it yet, but it's going to get another plus 1,000 because there are 3 doubles on board. So that EX Red King Knuckle is going to go to 17k just naturally. So that EX Red King Knuckle is going to beat us. And the new lane is going to beat us, and the Shepardon Saber is going to beat us. We are fully dead here. Hasta la vista, ladies and gentlemen, we are cooked. Very scary. Let's see how they go about this, because there are a few ways you can go about this and still get the same result, but you do want to make sure the thing that will lose you the game here is if you use its effect on any of the level 2s, any of the doubles. You need to use it on the triple, or else you won't get the boost for your EX Red Kingdom. And then you won't be able to win all 3 lanes. Let's see. Well, they are thinking about it. Oh, they have decided. They are having some trouble taking it, but I believe they have decided. Now, catching and explains my opponent, he actually gets plus 1,000 here. I didn't want to spell it out, but it is proper game procedure to explain effects on the field if your opponent's going to miss them. We don't want to cheat our opponents out of wins. That is not how we play games. We are friendly and cooperative, and I'm going to get cooked. Let's get cooked, shall we? And they picked the right card. Unfortunate. This is the game over right here. So I'm going to win the first lane, and I'm going to lose all 3 other lanes, as they're going to be able to boost both those lanes up to 17k apiece. 17, 17, 17 for all 3 lanes that are doubles. And I'm dead. Let's go to the winner game and close things out, shall we? The last game, the one to prove them all, the loser has now come back to face the winner one more time. Ultraman Victory versus Guil Arc. Who will win and who will be the champion? Let's see. Guil Arc had to face 2 grueling matches and won both of them. And now, with 1 elimination left, Victory is going to come up and attempt to challenge them again. They're both starting with their draw cards, which is a very strong start, as we've seen. Guil Arc is able to get an amazing amount of cards, but if Victory is able to keep that tempo, they might be able to beat them in raw BP power like they did with me, especially if they can get their scene up. Guil Arc scenes are all level 1, so if they have their scene in play, there's nothing Guil Arc can do scene-wise to gain cards, which would be a huge advantage in their case. Let's see, we are grabbing the level 2 as a good option in this case, just so we can grab our own scene. If we can find our scene, that is going to be a beautiful, beautiful win condition for us. And we desperately need a win condition, I'll tell you that. Let us see. We're drawing for turn, we are going into the second round here, and Guil Arc has their scene. Ah! It's looking bad. It's looking real bad. I'm just gonna be honest. Guil Arc is willing to discard. What is Guil Arc gonna take? Has some speed to discard. Oh, it can send all 3 to discard. But that's 1 speed and discard. Let's count as we go. If Guil Arc can get 3 speed or 3 power in their discard, that means that their Luna and Corona armors respectively are online. Set card. Let's see any level ups. Guil Arc is lead. What will they do? 1 in first lane. They're trying to keep their lead. They know that scene is scary, and they're not going to let Victory get it. Let's see how Victory retaliates. They are going to attempt to push for that lane. Both lanes. Both players are playing very greedily here. I don't know if that's going to work out for the Victory player. Let's see. I think in terms of raw greed, Guil Arc can get away with a lot more because it has a lot more draw power. Let's see, scene searcher, no scenes for Guil Arc. Good, okay. We're at least out of that, and we are going to be able to take the lead, which is a huge boon here. And we are muscle drawing. I think we just sent 1 card back and took 1. Minus 2k, which means we'll win that, and we're going to tie the first lane going into 3. Oh, sorry, scene search for Victory, I completely forgot. No scenes for Victory either. Both Guil Arc and Victory have missed. Guil Arc is going to lose there and tie there. And we're going into the next round. Let's see. Round 3. Who will it be? Who will win? And who will be the forever loser? A set from our Victory player who's now in lead and taking advantage over this game. Our Guil Arc player has followed in suit. That's going to be a level, making their Victory a triple in the middle lane there. Guil Arc is playing a little bit more aggressively, which they are able to do, and oh my goodness, that is 3 lanes leveled up. Oh, Victory might just be dead here. Oh, but maybe they're able to hold on to it with that. They have level 2s engraved, and they should be able to put that, slot that perfectly under their level 3 in order to make it a little bit more formidable and hopefully hold on. Fight on, Victory! Fight through the menace of Guil Arc! His coffee-loving taste will not conquer all of us. Fight for the blue, your brother that died in combat. Played by me. I am not able to participate in my own tournament. Oh, very bad luck on my part with blue. But Victory is pulling out some crazy stops here, but Guil Arc is able to pop their own scene, giving Victory a grade down. And look, they have 3 speeds engraved. Now with 3 speeds in discard, they're able to give that Victory a grade down. With 2 grade downs on board, that is an immediate win for Guil Arc on the 3rd turn. Wow, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't expect that. Guil Arc is a lot stronger than I gave it credit for. Even against Mono Victory, which is a semi-competitive deck, has a lot of options, has a lot of things that they can do. Even with a good hand from them, they really can't compete with Guil Arc. I think Guil Arc has a lot of options as well, and things that they can do, and I think this engine's better than we give it credit for. I'm going to keep saying that until it comes true. I know I was harping on the Guil Arc engine last time as well, but I think we might be onto something eventually. Someone should cook with Guil Arc. Maybe someone like me. But anyways, thank you all for joining me on this first episode of Battle Report. We had discovered that Guil Arc is the ultimate victor, the other are the losers. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a safe and wonderful day. Thank you all for joining me, and I hope you had a safe, wonderful day. And if you liked the video, like it. If you want to join the community and play in more tournaments, go follow the Discord link in the description. If you want to help support me in my videos and this project, please go ahead and support the project over on Patreon. I use every dollar and put it into this game and into the simulator. Oh my gosh, I'm so in the red. Please help. Thank you. This was a lot of fun, and I love doing this, and I love supporting this community, and I hope to run more tournaments in the future. Next tournament coming up is going to be a BP09 tournament. We're going to play with all the currently revealed BP09 cards and see what deck is the strongest. Thank you, and see you then. I have something truly evil cooking for that, by the way. I am cooking a hazard list that will blow your socks off. See you in the next video. Bye-bye!